What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. My name is Dylan Callan, host of Fourth Down Football, and in today's video we are going to be ranking the situation, not the overall, for these 5 rookie quarterbacks from the first round, the 5 first round rookie quarterbacks, but we're going to be ranking just their situation. The way we're going to be doing this is ranking coach, running back, wide receiver, tight end, defense, and then time. The time they have to start, that'll really help with the situation, obviously. Now, if I put any of these in a trash or an elite, it doesn't mean it's trash or elite. I'm going to be putting one of each in each category every single time for every one, and we'll figure it out that way. So you'll see how this happens when we go along. So for coach, I'm putting Trevor Lawrence last. It doesn't mean Urban Meyer's trash. You'll see what I mean. But he's the worst head coach out of all of these. That doesn't even mean he's bad. He's just brand new, and not all the time do college head coaches translate well to the NFL. We saw that with a lot of guys, like Nick Saban. He tried being the head coach of Miami. It didn't work out well. And then for our fourth best coach, we have Justin Fields, Matt Nagy. Listen, he won Coach of the Year in 2018. It's been a downhill spiral since then. Not much to say. I really don't think this is going to be a great year for the Bears. Number 3, we have Zach Wilson. Robert Saleh was a great signing head coach, probably the best in my opinion that the Jets had as an option. And so yeah, there's not really much you can say. It's just we haven't really seen Robert Saleh being a head coach, and that's why I have him at 3. Number 2, I have Trey Lance. I mean, look, Kyle Shanahan's a great head coach. He really knew what he was doing when he drafted Trey Lance, and they already have a great defense, so I think Kyle Shanahan can really focus on Trey Lance. And of course, number 1, Mack Jones. Listen, Bill Belichick, undisputedly the best head coach of all time, or not undisputedly, debatably the best head coach of all time. Moving on to running back. So I'm going to put all these guys back. It switches up on us a little bit. Mack Jones now has the worst running backs. Listen, the AFC East is just full of very bad running backs. Definitely the worst division of running backs, and sadly Mack Jones is in that. And when I say the worst division of running backs, I mean Zach Wilson in the same division. He doesn't have much to offer there. And look, I don't really know what to say. They both don't really have running back help. Number 3, we have Justin Fields with David Montgomery. Look, he's actually a pretty solid running back. It's just these two guys I would say are in better situations. Trey Lance at number 2. The 49ers, I feel like, have always had a pretty solid, just like running back punch. With the loss of Matt Breida, who signed with the Bills, I don't think that was too much of a hit. But yeah, and then we got Trevor Lawrence at number 1. They drafted Travis Etienne. Some people think it's smart, some people think it's not. Whatever the case is, all it does is make their running back room better to go along with James Robinson. Moving on to wide receiver. Again, we're going to put all these guys back. Sorry, I have a little bit of a cold. It's not COVID. At number 5, we have Zach Wilson. You got Jameson Crowder. They signed Corey Davis, who is apparently one of the best, most efficient wide receivers according to next gen stats. I know some people saw that. Number 1 was Robert Tonyan, so that's not a great list because apparently it was catch probability and catches. I don't know. And then, so number 4, we got Mack Jones. Kendrick Bourne and Nelson Aguilar weren't bad signings. It's just N'Keal Harry's not going to work out. It's obvious. And excuse me. I feel like I had to sneeze. N'Keal Harry's not going to work out. It's obvious. And with the signing of Kendrick Bourne, and Nelson Aguilar, I think that'll help a little bit. Alright, at number 3, we have Trey Lance. Look, Brandon Ayuk was a great draft pick, and I think that's really all they got going there. So there's not much. Okay, and then number 2, excuse me. Number 2, we have Trevor Lawrence. Obviously, they got Marvin Jones as a signing. Laviska Shenault is a promising wide receiver, and then DJ Shark is great. So I really think that he'll have some help there in Jacksonville. And number 1, Justin Fields. Listen, Darnell Mooney is an incredibly underrated wide receiver, or maybe I would say he's like on that rating, because when people saw him burn Jalen Ramsey, all of a sudden they went crazy over him. So, yeah, but I don't think people realize what he did other than burning Jalen Ramsey. And then also, Allen Robinson got franchise tagged. Whether he's happy about it or not, he's going to play most likely. And if he does, it means that Justin Fields has the best wide receiver core out of all of these rookie quarterbacks. All right, moving on to tight end. Number 5, we got Zach Wilson. I probably can't even name the tight end. All right, enough said. I know Herndon. I don't know if he's still on the team though. Number 4, we have Trevor Lawrence. I'm not sure if Tyler Eifert's still there, but it's a lot better of a situation than Zach Wilson. I have to sneeze again. No, I don't. Oh my gosh. All right. And then number 3, we got Justin Fields. Cole Kmet was actually a pretty good draft pick last year, and he performed well this year. So I think he's going to be a great help in year 2 for his year 1 quarterback, and possibly the red rifle, Andy Dalton. All right, number 2, we got Mack Jones. Listen, when you sign 2 guys of Johnny Smith and Hunter Henry's caliber, when you sign 2 guys of that caliber at the same position, you're going to have a great core. So, great job. And then Trey Lance, who debatably has the best tight end in the league. Of course, he's going to be number 1 for tight end. Excuse me, I got to go blow my nose real quick. You can skip forward in the video. Little bit better. So moving on to defense. At the numbers 5 spot, I have Trevor Lawrence. Now this is crazy to say, considering in 2017 the Jacksonville Jaguars debatably had the best excuse me, had the best defense with Jalen Ramsey, Calais Campbell, Yannick Ngakoue, and now they have Josh Allen, Miles Jack. So additions have been made, but you know, it's not nearly as powerful as 2017, and that's why it's here. Number 4, we have number 4, yeah, we have Zach Wilson. They did make improvements with such as Carl Lawson, but it's still not a great defense, and not an incredibly reliable defense for the rookie quarterback who's most likely going to start week 1. Number 3, we have Mack Jones. Listen, I know Stephon Gilmore, the former defensive player of the year, missed time, and they had a great defense when Tom Brady was in New England, but at least towards the later side when Tom Brady was in New England. But right now, we just don't really know the situations for that defense. I know they signed Matt Judon, which was a great signing. Maybe a little bit of they overpaid a little bit. But moving on to number 2, we have we have Trey Lance. They had one of the best defenses in the league when they went to the Super Bowl, and that's why Jimmy Garoppolo was able to go to the Super Bowl. But hopefully, if they go back to that, they're number 1. But in my opinion, the Bears remain the best defense out of all of these 5 teams. Just because Roquan Smith is a great player, Khalil Mack is still performing at a high level. And more and more. Eddie Jackson is still there. Obviously, the Kyle Fuller trade they released him. Took a big hit, and I don't know why they did that. Kind of a stupid move, but still, they have a great defense up there in Chicago. And last but not least, we have time. So at number 5, we have Zach Wilson. He's immediately jumping into a trash team. Not as trash as last year, but he's immediately jumping in as the starting quarterback to a trash team. 4, Trevor Lawrence. He's also immediately jumping in to start to a trash team, and that's why I put him there. But he's a bit of a better player who I think will be able to handle it better than Zach Wilson will be able to do, and that's why he's at 4 instead of 5. Justin Fields at 3. He's not jumping in right away, most likely. I know a lot of people are thinking it's going to be that it's going to be Justin Fields starter. I think it will be Andy Dalton at least week 1. And at least that means that Justin Fields won't start week 1, which puts him at a better advantage than any of these players. Or any of those, Zach Wilson or Trevor Lawrence. At number 2, I got Mack Jones. He gets to sit behind the former 2015 MVP. That doesn't mean that he's still MVP caliber in Cam Newton, but it's a lot better than Andy Dalton. And at number 1, we got Trey Lance. Who gets to sit behind Jimmy Garoppolo, who still has a lot of potential. And so with that, I will be adding up all of these scores. I have it on a little paper. And the person with the least, which means they are normally on average at the highest grade, will be in the best situation. So for Trevor Lawrence, our number 1 pick, 5 plus 1, 6 plus 2, 8 plus 4, plus 4, 12 plus 5, 17 plus 4, 21. Zach Wilson, 3 plus 4, 7 plus 5, 12 plus 5, 17 plus 4, 21 plus 5, 26. So Trevor Lawrence in a better situation than Zach Wilson. Trey Lance, 2 plus 2, 4 plus 3, 7 plus 1, 8 plus 2, 10 plus 1, only 11. Wait, no, I didn't do that right. 2 plus 2, 4 plus 3, 7 plus 4. Yeah, 11, sorry. 4 plus 3 for Justin Fields, plus 1, 8 plus 4, or plus 3, 11 plus 1, 12 plus 3, 14. 8. Wait. Dude, simple math. What the hell? 4 plus 4 is 8. Plus 4 is 12. Plus 3 is 15. Do I... Now I'm getting 16. 4 plus 3 is 7. 8. 11. Plus 4 is 15. Okay, 15. Jesus Christ. Mack Jones, 6, 10, 15, 17. So, for the overall situation, you probably already know, but I wanna do a little bit of a build-up. At number 5, for the worst situation out of all these quarterbacks, Zach Wilson. Number 4, for the second worst situation out of all these quarterbacks, Trevor Lawrence. At 3, for the third worst situation out of all these quarterbacks, Mack Jones. For the second best situation out of all these quarterbacks, Justin Fields. And for the best situation out of all these quarterbacks, probably obvious, Trey Lance. Thank you for watching. Sorry about the cold. Sorry about the simple math problems. I hope you enjoyed, and leave a comment of what you want me to do next. Thanks.